Hey everyone, Renee here. It's that time again. I've got my picks for you for Sephora's holiday savings event. This video is sponsored by Sephora, so I'm going to start by giving you all the holiday savings events, details, the dates, the discounts. You know the drill by now. You have to be a Sephora Beauty Insider to access these deals, so I will put a link in the description box where you can get more information about what you need to do and the perks. Early access for Rouge members start on the 30th of October and get a 20% discount. VIB member access starts on the 3rd of November and there's a 15% discount. All insider access starts on the 5th of November and the event ends on the 9th of November. And insiders get a 10% discount. We got a lot to get through. Some of these things you would have seen in previous videos and some you'll see in future videos. But also, I got some of my favorite gift sets as well. So let's get started. Tatcha's The Rice Wash is a second cleanser. It's kind of that perfect hybrid between a cream cleanser and their rice powder cleanser. That's a great combination that I never even thought of because you've got the cream cleanser side, which is nourishing, non-stripping, it's comforting. Then you also have the rice powder, which gives it a bit more. So it gives you a deeper cleanse. It gives you more of a cleanse. So if you're someone who, is not interested in cream cleansers because you feel it doesn't cleanse enough, the rice powder just adds the right amount. This is a neutral pH. So for me, with my water, this is like less than a pH of 6. After I cleanse with this, my skin actually feels hydrated. There's something hydrating about rice as an ingredient, rice bran powder, rice bran extract, but it's also one of those immediate beautifying ingredients. It gives you those aesthetics right away, which is why Japanese rice cleansers are so effective, because immediately you feel the texture of your skin transformed. It's very, very smooth, but it can also just immediately brighten up a dull complexion. You guys know I love a sherbet cleanser, and I've been so enjoying this one from Glow Recipe, their Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. This does everything that a good oil-based first cleanser needs to do, at least the ones that I prefer, which is it just completely melts off all the makeup, all the layers of stuff on your skin, including the eyes, even the most resistant long-wearing waterproof mascaras. It then emulsifies and rinses off completely clean. What I really love about this formula, though, is the texture is very unique in that it just feels so much more refined than ones that I'm used to. This isn't waxy at all, so it's not like clumpy. It's also not too runny. It's like butter. So the application of this is really, really pleasant, but I also love the way it smells. It has this fresh papaya scent, and there's no added artificial fragrance in this. This one is really kind of like you just cut open a fresh papaya. The papaya extract and the papain in this will also very subtly and gently even out the skin texture and refine the skin texture. The formula also doesn't contain PEGs, which is usually added to help with the emulsification, but this still emulsifies, perfectly well, and it rinses off completely clean. No residue left behind. I also appreciate that this is ophthalmologist tested to be safe for even the most sensitive eyes and for contact lens wearers. So my skin recently has been really enjoying this new prebiotic cleanser from Biossance, their Squalane and elderberry jelly cleanser. So this is an interesting one because it's an oil and gel hybrid cleansers. I've used a few of these in the past. There have been a couple that I've actually really enjoyed, but one thing that I've noticed with all of them is that they tend to leave a residue behind after cleansing. So they don't completely rinse off clean, which is fine for those of you who, don't mind that or you like to washcloth cleanse. But for me, I prefer a complete clean rinse off. So this is the first one I've used that emulsifies beautifully. It turns really milky and it rinses off completely clean. So I love that. The texture of this is really lush. It's that thick, comforting gel that just feels really nice to apply on your skin. So this cleanser works super well for those days where I just don't need to do a double cleanse. Like I'm not wearing makeup or, I'm wearing concealer. There's nothing long wearing or waterproof or resistant happening. Even my sunscreen is not the water resistant kind. So there isn't that much to remove. This is perfect for those days. The way I find it most effective is when I apply it on my dry skin to loosen everything up, but I actually spend more time when it's emulsifying. That's when everything just melts right off. This has no added scent elements to it, but it does smell like something. It smells slightly floral, and I'm thinking maybe that's what elderberry smells like. Laneige's Cream Skin Mist is perfect for right now. At least for me it is. We're going into the colder, drier months, and I'm keratinizing. So I actually got this when it first launched in Korea last year. I bought it when I was at Incheon Airport because I knew that it would probably be a while before this would come to the States. So a year later, finally, it's available at Sephora, which makes me happy because I actually prefer this to the regular cream skin toner, which I don't find myself using much at all, but this I use a lot. This gives such a nice glow. I wouldn't say it's light. In fact, it reminds me a lot of Tatcha's Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. It's that same kind of really glowy finish that you get. This is a very simple emulsion formula that uses white tea water, a bunch of hydrators like glycerin, but also meadowfoam seed oil. I actually have been finding it to be very soothing. So I've also been using the Dream Eye Cream from Youth to the People. What I like about this is that it's really a dense, creamy eye cream. Recently, I've been feeling like this area has just been craving something more moisturizing. I've been using a lot of gels, a lot of very lightweight eye creams, and I just feel like I've been wanting more. So this has been great for that. This has that whole Shiseido Benefiance type of eye cream texture, which is substantial. I love that this doesn't sit heavily on the skin. It hasn't created any milia. I like that it doesn't disappear into nothingness either. This is what I've been using at nighttime. It's a great nighttime eye cream, but I think going into, the drier, colder months, this probably works really well as a daytime eye cream as well. In fact, I have tried it. I've even used concealer over it. It's fine. Fine lines are plumped out. The sides of my eyes crack less when I'm smiling. I mean, it keeps things under control. This has ceramides in it. It also has the vitamin C derivative, THD. It's got vitamin E. It's got prickly pear seed oil. It's just got a bunch of good stuff. I'm currently using Pharmacy's Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. I'm loving this moisturizer so much right now, and I do have a soft spot for honey formulations. This is one of those dense moisturizers. This is kind of like a La Mer type consistency. It is rich, but it isn't, like greasy or oily. It doesn't have that finish on your skin. If anything, I feel like it's more of a velvety finish, especially with my skin just feeling slightly distressed right now with a little bit of sensitivity. This is exactly what I need. It is so moisturizing, really comforting, really soothing. It doesn't sting, just seems to calm everything down. This formula is geared not to just moisturize skin, but to provide lasting moisturization throughout the day. And even all night, you're not waking up with dry skin, especially if you have indoor heating units going on. This is also a very soothing formula with the ceramides, but also it has sea buckthorn, which is great for even using on burns. But it's got, vitamin B5, it's hydrating, it's got fig. This is no added fragrance or essential oils, but it does have a fabulous honey scent. It's just the smell of natural honey. There are a few sunscreen favorites this time that I find to be pretty exceptional. The first one is from First Aid Beauty. Their Weightless Liquid Mineral Sunscreen with Zinc Oxide, SPF 30. So this uses non-nano zinc oxide and really is one of the more weightless formulas I've come across, especially for one that just uses zinc oxide. But also, it's one of the more blendable ones as well. This has a universal tint that can work for quite a wide range of skin tones, but also it is just so feather light. I mean, this doesn't even contain alcohol in it. You can use quite a lot of this and it will not feel heavy or chunky or cakey on your skin at all. It spreads beautifully. This works like a primer. This was fantastic during the humid summer. And I think if you have normal to oily skin, this is a great option. Supergoop CC Screen has kind of been a go-to for me these days. Every time before I go out, this is a one and done sunscreen makeup in one go. This has an SPF of 50 and a PA of 4+. This formula has antioxidants in it. It also is buildable, so you can actually build up coverage using this. It looks really natural, and it also leaves a beautiful, radiant skin finish. A great mineral sunscreen for fall and winter is this one from Biossance. I'm so impressed with their Squalane and Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen, SPF of 30 with a PA of 3+. So I'm not sure how they do this, but it is non-nano zinc oxide, about 14%. And this is such a lovely, hydrating, creamy, moisturizing formula, but also it does not leave a white cast. Certainly when I use it, there's no cast at all. And it doesn't even have that chalky finish. But even when my friend Nana uses it, and her skin tone is dark, there's no cast. They even have demos on their page. So I find this pretty remarkable, but I do also just love the texture, the application feel of it as well. It leaves the skin with a really nice moisturized, silky finish, which is the kind that I love. I was actually really surprised by the strength of this toner from Summer Fridays, their Soft Reset AHA Exfoliating Solution. This is no joke. In fact, I find it comparable to Tarte's Knockout Tingle treatment, which at the time when that came out, everyone was saying is a dupe for, Biologic Research's P50, which obviously there is no exact dupe for, but that was that kind of strength. This uses a 16% blend of lactic and glycolic acid at a pH of 3.5. It also has 3% niacinamide, which is good just to calm that inflammation down. There are some other soothing and calming ingredients in here as well. But I really love how hydrating this is. Certainly it's way more hydrating than Tarte's Tingle treatment, but also it feels less irritaty and tingly. It's still not for the delicate though, and I definitely have to use the P50 method to apply this, which is by tapping it in rather than just swiping it across my skin. When I do it this way, I don't get the redness, there's less tingly, but still, you get the overnight sort of baby soft skin. If you're starting out, I would recommend you dilute it by using wet cotton pads to apply this. When it comes to exfoliation, I feel like I've been so focused on acid toners that I've completely neglected all other options available. So over the past year, I have been exploring some gentler options that are almost powdery fine. And there are times where that just kind of works better for me. So especially during times when I do have strong actives in my routine, acid toners aren't always an option for me because my skin, I don't want to risk the irritation or possible skin damage. Acid toners have to be a very low pH in order for them to work and properly exfoliate your skin. And they also can cause irritation and redness and inflammation. And sometimes that's all I need to just push my skin over the edge. So I have been looking for alternative exfoliation options. And I've been really liking Youth to the People's Yerba Mate Resurfacing Energy Facial. So this feels like a moisturizing mask treatment, and it uses diatomaceous earth, which is very soft and powdery and microparticles, but this also has bamboo powder as well. It feels very much like rice powder. It's so gentle, and I apply it putting zero pressure on my skin. Like for me, my skin will turn red from just massage alone and touch alone. I use very small and gentle circles. I don't go over the same area over and over again. I don't even have this on for that long before washing it off. But when you rinse it off, your skin feels so incredibly smooth, but also it feels moisturized. It doesn't feel tight or dry. And I think that's important for any kind of exfoliating treatment. You don't want to feel stripped afterwards. This also contains the papaya enzymes and pineapple just to help things along with the smoothing of the skin, but it is so gentle and really subtle. This has a lovely plant extracts and oils that are common to Youth to the People's formulas. It's got yerba mate, which is really anti-inflammatory, as well as turmeric. There's niacinamide, aloe vera, all the hydrators. Fresh's Rose Petal Soft Deep Hydration Lip Balm. It's no secret I love Fresh's lip formulas. They're so good, but I've been waiting for them to come out with something rose, especially because they have a great rose line. This is their beautiful buttery formula with all the rose goodness. It's got rose flower oil, rose damascena extract, and it smells dreamy. Necessaire, my current favorite body line, and really it has been since last year, but they are now available in Sephora, so I would run. So my favorites from them include their body washes. Of course, the eucalyptus and the sandalwood are my favorite scents. I can't even choose what I like more. They're just very elegant, earthy scents. This is face quality skincare for the body. These cleansers are so gentle and nourishing, but they're satisfyingly, like they can clean. These have a pH of 5.5, which is so gentle, but also for us women, it means we can use this wash everywhere, even very delicate areas of our body. The body serum was kind of a revelation for me. It's the first time that I've seen a nourishing, hydrating serum for the body. I mean, just like for my face, sometimes the skin on my body just needs hydration. This has kind of been a game changer. It is a very hydrating emulsion. So sometimes in the summer, this is really all, the skin on my body needs. In the wintertime, this is also great because it adds that extra necessary layer. This has the hydrators that we love, but also niacinamide, ceramides, and also marula oil. It also requires minimal effort. You apply it, it sinks in, you're good to go, which makes it perfect for a post-workout moisturizer when, honestly, the last thing you really want sitting on your skin is something that's even a little bit occlusive. This is the year the industry just collectively decided to care about our scalps. For me, hair care has always been scalp care, which is why I love brands like Christophe Robin and Briogeo, who've always put that in their messaging. And now, we have so many options available, and I am not mad at that. Drunk Elephant's TLC Happy Scalp Scrub is one that I think I misunderstood in the beginning, and I really started appreciating it when I got it. I actually thought this was a scrub, kind of like, a sugar or salt scalp scrub, but it's not. This is actually all about the acids. I'm a big believer in treating your scalp with acids. This is something I'm going to talk a lot more about. About 3 years ago, I had a Biologic Research scalp treatment where they did use the acid exfoliation on my scalp. And I gotta tell you, it was kind of game changing. So this has a 10% acid blend of AHA and BHA, and it's a pre-shampoo treatment. So what you do is section your hair off and just apply it through the sections. It won't drip, it won't run, it just kind of stays in place until you massage it throughout the rest of your scalp. You just leave it in. I leave it in for about 10 minutes and then, just rinse it off and then shampoo and condition as usual. The pH of this is 3.7. I personally have never felt any tingling or irritation in my scalp when I do use this. I use this about once a week. It's not like a clarifying shampoo. It doesn't affect my hair at all. It doesn't dry it out, but it does extend the time between washes in a very short time. I've already burned through 2 of these conditioning masks from Briogeo. They're Be Gentle, Be Kind, Avocado and Kiwi Mega Moisture Superfood Mask. This is very similar to my favorite, my staple, Don't Despair Repair Conditioning Mask. So just like that, I use this as a conditioner, not necessarily as like a weekly treatment, because my hair can take it. This isn't too heavy for my hair to use that often. This has made things just soft and even shiny. The ingredients in Briogeo formulas always read like, super smoothies to me. They just sound so packed with nutrition. This has the avocado, the spinach, all the antioxidant leafy greens. Just feels so healthy. This smells interesting. It's not synthetic, but it has a sort of natural sweetness to it. Makeup wise, honestly, for this last year, I haven't really been interested in exploring anything new. Although there are 2 things that I would say I'm excited about. They're both from Hourglass. They're Unlocked Instant Extensions Lengthening Mascara. So this is a new favorite, which is kind of rare because I have my set group of favorites that I think are the best for me, and very few just compare. But this is definitely one that I'm adding to the group. This thickens my lashes, it gives it volume, but also gives it so much natural looking length. I mean, there are, extension mascaras that have those fibers in them that, it's obvious because you can see them sticking in all different angles sometimes. You don't get that with this. It looks really, really natural. It also doesn't transfer, it doesn't smudge. In fact, their other mascara does smudge on me quite a bit. This one doesn't at all. And it removes really easily. It washes off without, any extra rubbing or tugging or anything like that. The other thing is their limited edition palette this year. Their Ambient Lighting Sculpture Face Palette. I mean, every year I want their limited edition face palette, and this is the only face palette I ever buy. This whole thing is a win, in my opinion. This year I would say that the bronze and the blush tones are well suited for even deeper skin tones than last year. Last year everything was just a little lighter. These are deeper shades than last year, but they still suit me fine. I'm using the whole thing right now. And of course, this trio of powders is practically iconic at this point. For someone like me who just does not wear powder, I just sort of blend them all 3 together, but I love using them around my eye area, not just to subtly set concealer and make sure that things don't, transfer, but it just kind of makes everything pop and brighter, and it's very subtle. It's not like you can really tell, but you can. So let's get in the mood and talk holiday candles. My favorites are always from Nest. Their holiday candle has been a bit of an annual staple. In fact, just smelling it, this smells like a Christmas tree. So my favorite gift set so far this year, and let's be honest, I am choosing things that I want for myself, not necessarily what I think I would give away to other people. So to continue with intoxicating, earthy, warm scents, this gift set is like everything from Maison Louis Marie. This is their luxury set. So not too long ago, I went to the Sephora store for the first time since March. And, over here, we have to go through the fragrance section first, which is always fine with me. I love seeing what's new. And that's when I saw this and I smelled the candle and I was like, okay, I'm done. This is very cologne-like with the sandalwood, the vetiver, and the cedar, but it's exactly the type of fragrances that I gravitate towards. But for me, especially during this time of year, this is so my kind of thing. It just feels so warm. It's less like beach, Amalfi Coast and lemons, and more like you're walking through the woods. So you get the candle, the eau de parfum, and also the perfume oil. I'm personally very partial to this perfume oil. I just put it on my wrist. I have it on now. It mixes so well with my own, scent, but also it just lasts all day. This is really concentrated. It lasts so long, which, is always a wonderful thing. So a little bit of fragrance just makes me feel a bit transformed in the same way that a new lipstick would. Tatcha's Pure and Glowing Trio set is kind of everything. This has to be one of my favorite sets that they've had. It's got the rice wash. It's also got the dewy skin cream, which you guys know I love, but it also has the Silk Peony eye cream, which is just really so brightening and hydrating to the eye area. And of course, there is Suasou's Bestsellers Trial Kit. This is kind of nostalgic for me. I do have a soft spot for these formulas. This is an entire skincare routine, and these are the exact formulas that started me on my whole K-beauty journey. It was the first time I really just properly layered my skincare. In the past, I would have thought that was just too onerous, but the difference was palpable. When I did it this way, I was like, okay, now I know why. And this is what I'm going to do all the time now. But this also introduced me to the wonderful world of hambang, which is the traditional medicinal preparation of ingredients and formulas. Olaplex's Holiday Hair Fix is definitely a deal that I am taking advantage of for myself. I've only ever tried number 3, which made a huge difference for me, and I've always wanted to try some of the other formulas. So this is a great way to do the shampoo, the conditioner, and also the bond smoother, which this one I'm very interested in, especially for hair like mine. I'm definitely interested to see, I've heard great things, so I'm excited about trying this. So these are my picks. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And remember, to participate in the savings event, you have to be a beauty insider first. I will put all the details down below on how you can sign up. Otherwise, happy shopping. And until next time, I'm wishing you great skin health. Bye.